7th of April, 2026. So today, I figure I'd do a live stream while I work on the Cryptocase. So that's a very big scope. I'll start by giving you an idea of what's actually involved in the Cryptocase. So, yeah, these are my my scratchings on the whiteboard, but this whole block is what's in a Cryptocase. So, in the top left here, these are partitions. The partitions, a wallet, like a Vertison wallet, that is a partition. The reason they're called partitions and not wallets is because they do a lot more than just carry a balance. So a wallet is a mechanism that allows you to know the balance of that particular item. That's not NFTs, that's not tokenization of anything, for that matter. It is simply a balance. So Cryptocase, the reason it's not called wallet, but called Cryptocase, is because it's engineered and designed to be an intelligent digital asset storage. So intelligent, that's for sure. It is effectively its own entity. It can make decisions on its own. It can survive on its own. It can attempt to reconnect with the owner of the wallet if enough time has passed, and some other cool AI sort of things. But anyways, let's just talk about what's here on the screen. So we have partitions. You can have an unlimited number of partitions within a Cryptocase. Those partitions could be a Vertison wallet, a Bitcoin wallet, Ethereum wallet, or it could be for digital assets. Maybe you have Liberty Dollars, or maybe you have Fractal, tokenized equity of Fractal, or many other things. So partitions are key. Moving down from the partitions, we have strong identity and weak identity. For example, weak identity, like an email address. Once again, people complain, oh, when you make a Cryptocase, you have to provide an email address. Great. Choose any free service out there to create an email account just for just for your Cryptocase. Yeah, well, that's Outlook, Hotmail, Proton, whatever, The point is, you don't have to use your home address or your work address. All right, so weak identity is a way to identify yourself, particularly just to receive notifications. Now, the reason an email address is valid and helpful is because you can receive notifications. Now, we're not tracking what your identity is. It's not data harvesting. The weak identity and email address is purely to be able to facilitate the delivery of notifications. Hey, you received a transaction. Hey, your ring contract that had 10 participants has now completed and processed successfully, so on and so forth. And that works most of the time for purchasing as well, because we have both the Cryptocase card and the Vertison card, which has a big built-in fingerprint scanner. So if you want to purchase something, that asset that you need to purchase with, let's say, for example, Vertison, if that is in your Cryptocase, great. You can use your card, tap, go. And there's other that people like to make, such as buying a car. Or maybe you want to buy a house. We'll use buying a car as an example. You have to provide proof of identification to buy a car. Whether that's your driver's license, your passport, something issued by the government that states that you are you. That's just the requirement. You can't just walk in with a bag full of cash and put it down and say, it's anonymous, I want to buy a car. It doesn't work like that anymore. So that separate partition or piece, strong identity, is used when that strong identity is required. It's not used by default. So, that being said, yes, you can use your Cryptocase card or Vertison card to buy a Coke, buy a lunch, all that, no problem. When you want to buy something that is much more expensive and requires strong identity, like buying a car, then the e-passport information that is stored within your Cryptocase can be attached to the transaction. Pretty cool. Okay, moving down. Next, we have agents. Yeah, agents allow auditing. They allow cleanup. Think of it like the Matrix. There are programs that traverse the fractal on behalf of your Cryptocase to make sure that everything you have is correct, everything that you have sent went to the right place, there's no bad actors. Okay, moving up to the top right, this is incredibly important. RBAC, which stands for Role-Based Access Control. Once again, Role-Based Access Control. So as the words say, it's kind of self-explanatory, but let's use this partition here that I did as an example I'm pointing to. And you'll see here BOA, Bank of America. So what happens if you have crypto, what is a cryptocurrency, that you want your Bank of America representative to be able to use as an investment? Well, it doesn't make any sense. Like in Crypto 1.0, the solution is, oh yeah, send it to me. That's insane. Let's say you have $10 million worth and oh yeah, send that to me and we'll invest it for you. That's a hard no. So with role-based access control, you can provide access to a role. So could be investment manager. And Bank of America happens to be that investment manager. So your crypto never leaves your wallet. It's in your wallet, your partition. It's under your control the entire time. And let's say that you have a falling out. There's a lot of crooked investment managers out there or people that just aren't good at their job. What happens if you change your mind? Under Crypto 1.0 paradigm, it would be, can you please send back to me my crypto? And then, make a sign of the cross and pray that they send it back. Yeah, this doesn't work that way. All you have to do is revoke their access. So, role-based access control. That's a huge aspect of the Cryptocase. Role-based access control also applies to signing a transaction. If you want to send yes, of course, you can send. You have your public key and your private key, but you can also have a list of others, anonymous others, identified by public key. You can have a list of those who are able to send on your behalf with the role. For example, maybe the role is this particular public address can send up to $100 worth to an address. Great. If it's more than that, that individual can't send. So you can have different levels, custom configurations, different levels, multiple signers, all based on role-based access control. It's hard baked into everything that happens. Next, we have transaction history. So obviously, as you send and receive anything, you're going to build a transaction history. The nice thing about it is it's queryable. Fractal, both hot stream and cold stream analytics. And it does that for the entire network, but also for your Cryptocase. That's stored within the Cryptocase. So it's queryable. You can find out past transactions based upon different criteria. Okay. Next is location. Track you or pinpoint your location. It's used by the AI aspect of to weed out bad actors. For example, if today you bought a sandwich at Subs in Boston, and then tomorrow you bought a Firehouse Subs in Boston, cool. And maybe go to the convenience store in Boston, cool. Well, and then all of a sudden, there's let's say, $1,000 purchase that is in Seattle on the opposite 30 minutes after you just had a charge in Boston. So location is important to weed out bad actors and criminal activity, but it's not persisted. Now, this entire network that I created and all the tools and all the pieces people use are based on anonymity. I'm a strong proponent of anonymity. Okay. The next one down is adapters and interfaces. So the Cryptocase can be extended. The standard is VFN 22, which actually is VFNC 22. So as long as what you create for yourself, requirements of VFNC 22, you're good. And you can also, as we see here, you can create adapters and interfaces. That is so that third parties have the ability, once again based on role-based access control, to access information or statistics about your Cryptocase. But that's only with your permission. Next to last down here is personalization. That is using themes, colors, display names for the Cryptocase, but also for each individual partition. So it makes it easy. Let's say that you have two vertices, one used for work stuff and one for personal. If you have a completely different theme assigned to each one, colors and whatnot, then it makes it much easier to avoid making a mistake. Okay. And the last one is settings. So that covers a lot of things. Two simple examples are network visibility. Do you want this Cryptocase to be visible on the network, or do you want it to be a ghost that nobody ever sees? Another one is the spouse rule. So, yeah, that goes two ways. Do you want your spouse to be able to have access? That would go in the role-based access control for signing transactions. But what happens if, oh, God forbid, what happens if you die? Well, what happens to your Cryptocase? Does it just rot forever? Well, if you have a spouse rule in place, your path would be bequeathed to whoever is indicated in that spouse rule. Now, Cryptocase can do a lot of other things. Also does cold storage onto a card, auto pay. If you want to set up auto payment from one of your partitions, you can also auto load or top up. So, for example, let's say that with your Cryptocase, you have one wallet partition for your son, one wallet partition for your daughter, and you want to give them an allowance each week. You can set out automated rules so that coming from your primary wallet, it can top up those other two wallets. Just an example. And of course we have summary statistics up here in the top right. Yeah, that can be used to make a dashboard to see everything. You know, what is your entire portfolio worth? You know, what are the trends, charts, graphs, all the like. So, anyways, that's a lot of talking. I haven't actually done any work yet explaining pieces and parts of the Cryptocase. I don't even know if anybody's watching us, actually. I have no clue. I could be just talking to dead air. Not sure. But if you do find value in what I've said so far, chime in. That'd be cool to know. So that is the Cryptocase. Okay. So when I was making the Cryptocase, everything takes so much time. It really does, just everything. Here's another example. When I decided to lay out the web layout for Cryptocase, what colors am I going to use? What's the color palette? You wouldn't believe how many hours it takes to come up with a color palette for a Cryptocase. A bit of a trick with that is I wanted the Cryptocase to be both a dark theme and a light theme. To choose colors that they can suffice for the background or the foreground, and if it switches from dark to light, they're still within the palette that we have here. All these colors are complementary, carefully chosen. They all look great together. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. I tell you what, since I did a fairly in-depth explanation of what's inside a Cryptocase, that actually makes a good video self-contained by itself. So I'm going to cut the live stream now and then launch the live stream again while I do my coding work on the Cryptocase. Hopefully that sounds good. So, yeah, I hope you found value in what I had to say. And I'm Satoshi. I'll see you shortly.